Disney dropped 8 episodes of Forces of Destiny last week, and it added a shit ton of canon to Star Wars. So this video, I want to go over the 8 episodes and what they added to Star Wars canon. Or, I guess you could just go to Disney's channel and watch them yourselves. They're like 2 minutes each.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
So let's start with the episode Bounty Hunted that takes place between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. This animated short features Leia, Chewie, R2-D2, and Maz. In it, they go to meet Han's old friend Maz to find a way to free Han from Jabba. In this episode, we get to see where Leia got her disguise from, a bounty hunter that attacked them while meeting Maz, when she also got her nifty thermal detonator. If you're a little confused about this and you have read the Wikipedia entry, it says something different as of recording this video. They may have changed it after this episode, I don't know. But if the information on the Wikipedia page contradicts this, it's because they got the information from the card trading game, which hasn't been in line with Disney canon. So I would take this Disney short as the right canon, or at least the more accurate one. Oh, and my favorite part of this is that Maz looks like a turtle. She just looks so goofy. Also, R2-D2 is a badass, as usual. Next, an unexpected company that takes place during the Clone Wars. Padme and Anakin try to go on a mission to, let's be honest, have some dirty, dirty fucking sex. But Anakin's Padawan shows up and goes with them, which I hope interrupts their sexy time, but I don't know. Unfortunately, they run into separatists and have to pilot their ship to safety. Basically, there's a ton of sexual tension in this episode, including Anakin stopping piloting the ship to make sure Padme is okay. In the end, we basically get confirmation of something we already knew. Ahsoka knew Anakin and Padme were doing the nasty, and she didn't rat them out. In the Path Ahead episode, we have Luke on Dagobah training with Yoda during The Empire Strikes Back. Luke is voiced by Mark Hamill, who's trying really hard to sound like young Luke, but seriously, Mark Hamill voicing anything is a gift to us, so I don't care if he sounds like older Luke trying to sound like younger Luke. In this episode, Luke is trying to navigate through the forest using the Force, but his mind keeps getting ahead of his body. This is when we learn how Luke started carrying Yoda around. To assist him, Yoda gets in his backpack and has Luke carry him while trying to use the Force to run through the forest. Trying to get Luke to concentrate harder, saying that if he fails, they're both gonna fall, and it's gonna hurt Yoda a lot. It's also interesting to note that Yoda is a lot happier here than what we see in the movies when he's training Luke, but this series is for kids, so I understand. After Luke fails again, Yoda makes him run the branches with his eyes closed, which he succeeds at. Yoda tells him more running and climbing vines are next, and Luke whines like that desert kid we used to know. Next is Shuttle Shock, which takes place during The Last Jedi when Finn, Rose, and BB-8 are landing their shuttle on Canto Bight to find the Master Codebreaker. While going through the atmosphere of the planet, they encounter a pod of creatures with tentacles. One creature hits their shuttle and shorts out BB-8. Rose tries to fix BB-8 while Finn tries to navigate around the tentacle creatures, and eventually they succeed and land, and then, you know, The Last Jedi happens where they go into the casino. Also, it's way funnier if you pretend BB-8 flicks Finn off at the end. Moving on to Porg problems, this also takes place during The Last Jedi when Rey is on the island. During it, she's struggling to lift a stone when a Porg makes off with her lightsaber. His buddies jump into the water. Yes, Porgs can swim, but she uses the Force to hold him in the air and bring him and the lightsaber back. Then all the Porgs surround her and want her love because Disney believes everyone just fucking loves Rey. It was kind of weird that she struggled to move a rock and didn't know she could bring the Porg to her via the Force given what she's did in the past, but it's a Disney short. I just let it go. In Jin's trade, a child snatches her Kyber crystal necklace and she must chase him to get it back. In the end, she succeeds and discovers the kid is just hungry, so she gives him her only food. This is for a younger audience, so if you've read Jin's book, it's very opposite of how she normally behaves. So if you want to justify Jin acting different than her survivor self, maybe she was having a good day or saw something of herself in the kid. Or maybe this is closer to Rogue One and, you know, we've seen her looking out for a kid before. Next, in Hasty Departure that takes place before A New Hope, Hera and Sabine board the wrong Imperial shuttle due to Sabine rushing. Instead of supplies in the cargo hold, they find stormtroopers. Thankfully, Chopper pilots the correct shuttle and rescues them. Oh, and Hera destroys the navigations on the wrong shuttle before leaving, so all those stormtroopers die in a fiery crash. Because remember, The rebels are the good guys. The least strong of the episodes was Run, Rey, Run, where Disney's synopsis for the short says the entire thing. While scavenging inside a Star Destroyer, Rey is cornered by Tito, who is on the hunt for a valuable part. Rey tries to warn Tito the removal of the part will trigger the vessel's collapse, but he does so anyway, and she must help them both escape after Tito is knocked out. I mean, that's it. If you don't remember Tito from The Force Awakens, and I don't blame you, he was the guy that captured BB-8 before Rey rescued the little droid. So this just built up a little bit more of a relationship between them. So that's quite a bit of canon addition to Star Wars. Which episode was your personal favorite, or which one do you most want to go to Disney's channel and watch yourself? Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.